contemporary art? What is it? Where did it come from? We are currently surrounded and bombarded with contemporary art from every corner of the globe. Gillick puts forward the idea that contemporary art does not account for that which is taking place, suggesting that although living in a politically charged and socially engaged world, art should encourage us to think and inspire us to achieve change. It cannot purely represent the truth, but the opinion of the artist. After all, art is not rocket science. It's a kind of applied philosophy. Traditionally, an artist would present their response to the world. However, with modern art, a term used loosely, because how modern is modern? The artist attempts to explain something about the world to you. This was pioneered by French artist Marcel Duchamp. And his concept of the ready-made. He's most notable for signing his name to a urinal and placing it in an art gallery. He coined this term, the ready-made. From then, many artworks that are seemingly lacking technical depth and ability have sprung onto the scene, but have a depth of thought-provoking ideology behind them. This in layman's terms is the essence of contemporary art. Chinese-born artist Ai Weiwei is perhaps the most influential and politically charged artist of our time. With most of his artworks giving a big fuck you to the Chinese government, this is clearly evident in his submissive study in perspective, and is probably one of my favourite photographs from the modern era because of his tongue-in-cheek approach. Ai Weiwei's work, Sunflower Seeds, is another contemporary work seemingly lacking in skill from the artist but having a deep theoretical backing. This work utilised millions of tiny porcelain sunflower seeds produced in China, notorious for its cheap labour market. This concept of shifting labour markets is one that's also been explored by William Devoe in his 2010 work Cement Truck, in which plans were made in Holland, then shipped to China and constructed, as people from Holland no longer possess the skills to construct this traditional form of art. With the birth of the modern period, artists suddenly had a new way of thinking. They did not necessarily have to be good at art to be good at art. They just needed a strong concept and a quirky way to present it and gain attention, and voila, relational aesthetics was born. Okay, maybe it's a little bit more complicated than that, but nevertheless it gave birth to a form of performance art that has never been seen before. A way of performing where the audience become part of the performance. This technique grew out of the work of groups such as the Situations International, who like to walk around Paris with a map of London whilst heavily intoxicated. This year, Jay-Z performed a 6-hour-long rap titled Picasso Baby. Over the preceding 6 hours, he rapped to the crowd and encouraged them to become involved with the work. With the commercialization of music, a divide has been created. As Jay-Z states, "That's what's exciting for me, bring the two worlds together." He was attempting to reunify the two separate entities. This is typical of relational aesthetics, as through the performance they hope to achieve real-world results. The idea behind modern art is that it inspires us to achieve change, to look to the world differently. As described by Gillick, it allows us to perform a separation from the act of making or doing art and the way it is presented, explained and exchanged. However, contemporary does not compensate for what is happening because of the broad spectrum of what is considered contemporary.